Despite all the reports that we keep hearing that Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis is a done deal now, survey says that was a lie. But I'm here to break down what's really going on and give y'all the truth, the 100% truth. The fight is not done. We still ain't there yet. We still got problems. Houston, we have a problem. But before we get into this next video, make sure that you do me a favor and hit my like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subbed to the channel. Y'all don't want to miss this one. So here we go with the ongoing saga of Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. Now, I did a video yesterday and I explained to everybody what the holdup was. Y'all know the rematch clause, Gervonta Davis and his team demanding to be the A side in a rematch, even if they lose to Ryan Garcia. And I let everybody know my feelings on that. A lot of people, they didn't like how I felt about that because, you know, people are going to go with the fighter that they just in love with. You got a whole bunch of diehard Gervonta Davis fans, and they just going to go with Gervonta Davis because they don't like Ryan Garcia and they big Tank fans. I'm a Gervonta Davis fan. I'm a fan of Tank. I'm a fan of Ryan Garcia. I like both of these guys because I like to see the best fight the best. I'm a boxing fan before anything because I know when Tank Davis is no longer in the ring fighting no more and Ryan Garcia is no longer in the ring fighting no more, I'm still going to be a boxing fan. I was a boxing fan before Gervonta Davis or Ryan Garcia was even thought about being born. So fighters come and go. If you're a fan of the sport, be a fan of the sport. With all that being said, we continue to have different reports come out. Now today, I saw people left and right saying, I told y'all, the fight is done. The fight with Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis is on and popping. It's done. Hold your horses. The fight is not done. I also told y'all before that I don't believe that Oscar De La Hoya really wants this fight. Oscar De La Hoya has never really wanted this fight. From 2 years ago or 2.5 years ago when he told everybody that Gervonta Davis was a beast and Ryan Garcia wasn't ready for Gervonta Davis, I continue to tell people what's changed from then until now. Nothing. Yes, Ryan Garcia, to me, if I look at Ryan Garcia, I say, yeah, he's improved on his game. That's what I think. But we still haven't seen Ryan Garcia in the ring with that level opponent, right? A top level opponent to see how much he's improved, to see if he's really improved. He's gotten a lot bigger, we know that. He's matured, we know that. As far as Gervonta Davis, even when Tank was with TMT, they wanted Ryan Garcia because they felt that he was a big money fight and they felt that he was food, that he would be an easy opponent. You know, Ryan Garcia, he's matured. Everybody sees that he's dangerous. Every time he gets in the ring, he shows that he's dangerous. And now Gervonta Davis, he really don't think of Ryan Garcia like he did 2 or 3 years ago. He even admitted that he knows that Ryan Garcia is going to be his toughest task. With all that being said, right? Now, we continue to have problems in the negotiations. I told people that it was going to be Oscar. I said, no matter what happens with these negotiations, I don't believe that Oscar wants to fight, and I believe that Oscar is going to do anything he can to wiggle out of this fight because his fighter, Ryan Garcia, wants to fight really bad. So people looking at Ryan and saying that he ducking, nah, it ain't Ryan. I continue to tell people that Oscar don't want to fight. Oscar can make more money off of Ryan Garcia knocking out C and B- level opponents and continue to build him up, right? And build him to a bigger and bigger star. He'll make more money doing that with his promotional company, just like TMT did with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis still ain't been in the ring with another A-class fighter because they was getting the bag off of him. That's what they was doing over there at TMT. And eventually Tank got sick of that and he said, you know what? It's time to take the training wheels off and for me to start taking these tough fights. Well, Oscar De La Hoya, I've always felt like the time for Ryan Garcia to take the training wheels off, he ain't ready for that yet. You dig what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia is ready for it, but his promoter, Oscar, ain't ready for it yet. With all that being said, all these different reports are coming out. And I'm going to just read you the reports that came out, and I'm going to read them to you in order. Because now, Oscar is coming out with another excuse saying that, nah, the contract ain't right. But here's the first report from sources. You had Michael Benson come out, and he says Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia reportedly now appears to be back on track and could be signed today, as PBC has sent over a new contract which would allow Golden Boy to be lead promoter if Ryan wins and Gervonta activates the rematch clause. Now, like I said yesterday, the big problem was the rematch clause. Gervonta Davis and his team demanding to be the A side even if they lost the first fight. They want to come back in the rematch. They want to be able to, dictate all the terms. And I said that wasn't right. You can't do that if you lose. Both of these guys have a big name. Neither one of these guys have a championship. So, y'all can listen to my video that I put down yesterday on this if y'all didn't hear. But I'm not going to go over all of that again. So, with that being said, I said, okay, cool. These reports that's coming out saying that, hey, Steven Espinoza and Showtime, they said, okay, we ain't worried about it. You know what I'm saying? We'll go ahead and do away with that rematch clause, and we'll let Ryan Garcia and Golden Boy be the A side if they can beat Tank. Okay, that sounds fair. That's what I like to hear, right? Steven Espinoza, he came out and said, okay, well, if that's the only problem that they have with the contract that we sent, we'll fix that. We'll fix that. And this is all goes in with negotiations. The A side is going to go as far as you let them go. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do whatever you let them do until you put a stop to it. They're going to try to see what they can get. And don't get me wrong. For the most part, they should be able to get pretty much whatever they want to get. But sometimes it gets outrageous. And when things get outrageous, then it's up to you and your team to say, okay, nah, we ain't doing all of that. We're not doing all of that, so let's sit back down and get to negotiating some more. Oscar De La Hoya and them, they didn't like that, and at first, they said that was the only problem that they had with the contract is, they wanted to be able to be the lead promotional company if their fighter won. Cool. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that. But, like I told y'all, that ain't it. I told y'all before, if y'all been listening to my videos, I said Oscar don't want to fight. He's going to do everything he can to try to make excuse after excuse to try to weasel his way up out of the fight, even though Ryan Garcia wants to fight. So I said, but what Oscar De La Hoya is going to do, he's going to stay on social media, right, every day, and he's going to continue to make it seem like that he wants to fight, right, that he wants to fight. So his fighter can look at him and say, hey, at least Oscar is doing everything that he can to make the fight happen. At least my promoter really wants to fight. That's his job, to trick everybody, to make everybody believe that he wants to fight as bad as his fighter wants to fight, which is not the case. Now, Oscar De La Hoya, he came out and he said, contrary to rumors and reports, Golden Boy Boxing is 100% trying to finalize Tank Garcia, although Regis Prograis' fight with Ryan is very intriguing. We are focused on taking the Tank and Garcia fight to the finish line, right? So he says that, and then that's where everybody jumps off the cliff, start coming out reports and saying that the fight is done and signed. I told you this, whatever. But the problem is everybody wants to be first. They don't care about the correct news. They just want to jump off the cliff and be first. And then you got everybody else that's going to follow him. Well, Oscar De La Hoya, he comes today, not too long ago, and he says, I remain focused and determined on finalizing Tank versus King Rod. Contrary to leaked reports about the rematch clause, there's still a couple points with strings attached that need to be ironed out. So there you go. It ain't done yet. Oscar De La Hoya, he's making another excuse. He said, okay, yeah, they said that it was just a rematch clause, and they said that they fixed that. that the rematch clause is no longer an issue, but now Oscar De La Hoya is coming back saying that there's more issues in the contract that they need to sit down and fix. He continues to come up with excuse after excuse after excuse. And this is a prime reason why you need to stop coming out with all of these social media posts saying that you had agreed to everything. If you agreed to everything, it wouldn't be no issue at all. He don't want to fight. His fighter is the one. Ryan Garcia is pressing for the fight. Oscar De La Hoya, he's fronting for the media. He's fronting for the fans. He's pretending. Every time they give him another contract, he comes back with another excuse. First, the problem was the rematch clause, and I agreed with him. But now, what is the problem, Oscar? Everybody that's watching this video, make sure that you hit the like button. Stay tuned because I will keep y'all updated with the real information. You know what I'm talking about? Hit my like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. What do y'all think about everything that's going on? Do y'all think it's going to go down? It's going to happen? And y'all already know how I do. Tango talking that boxing again. And I'm gone.
2 miles per hour, so everybody